Balanced. I want things to be balanced. So on 3-5, we're going to continue that theme of keeping the equation balanced. So the first equation I'm going to give you is 4x equals 172. Now, as I told you yesterday, I'm not impressed if you can tell me the answer using arithmetic. That's not impressive. What's impressive now is if you can tell me with algebra how to get that answer, because it will get tougher when you get harder problems next year or even later on this year. Okay, first of all, Violet, can you identify the variable? X. Okay, so that's really your goal. First step, find the variable. You're like, okay, cool, but it's always right there. For now, it's been right there. Will it always be right there? Nope. It might be there, or there, or there. Many places. And you're like, what do I do with that? We'll deal with that when it comes. Okay, are both sides balanced? Yeah, because there's an equal sign. So this side is balanced with that side. I put my little balance beam there. That's what we're trying to say. Now, sometimes this is more complicated than this side. It doesn't matter, but they are balanced. Okay, what is happening to x, though? What's the operation going on with x? So what's being done to x? Olivia? It's being multiplied by 4. We call this a multiplication equation because there's multiplication going on. What undoes multiplying by 4? Right? Division by specifically what number? So if you want to undo multiplying by 4, you should divide by 4. 4, yes. It's that number. You're like, why does it matter which number? Well, do you guys agree that multiplying by 4 can be undone by dividing by 4? Do you agree with that? And you're like, nah, I don't think so. Give me a number.
0.
That's not going to work very well. 0 is special to my heart. Let's not use 0. Give me a nice solid number.
7.
Oh, I love 7. Okay, anyway, 7. All right. Do this mental math. Don't give me the answer out loud. Just do it mentally. 7 times 4. So get that in your head. Divide that number by 4. What number do you end up with, everyone? 7. So you started with 7, and you multiply by 4, then you divide by 4, and those two things cancel each other out. So I'm going to divide this. Now notice I put a little bar there. I'm going to divide it by 4. Right? So that's the division by 4. But what I do to one side, I gotta do to the other. You have to, guys, to keep this balance. And again, this is a nice simple equation, but it gets tougher, and it's a one-step. But Friday, we're going to go over two-step equations, and then we're going to go through multi-step equations. And it's not going to be that straightforward. Okay, but does anyone know what 4x divided by 4 is?
X.
It's x. Okay, but what property is there? I guess, it's not really a property, but I guess how did I get just x? Because, what happened to those 4s? They just disappeared? Yes, ma'am? Olivia again? Yeah, but when they cancel each other out, what do they actually equal? What is 4 over 4, Day?
1.
1. Oh, what's 1 times a number?
The number
Itself. So what's 1 times x? So the identity property of multiplication steps in. Yesterday we used the identity property of addition, which is x plus 0. Today we're going to use it of multiplication. Do we use those properties a little bit? Do we use them a bit? The answer is this. You use them a lot. Yeah, you're using them so much. Sometimes you don't even notice it. All right, but what's 172 divided by 4? Oh, yeah, okay, so I got answers here. Let's go with CT.
Okay. 43.
43. Okay, let's see. So 4 goes into 17 4 times with the remainder of 1, 43. Okay, 43. That's what I got. You want more, CT? What's up?
Yeah. I'm not convinced by your little thing you did for Alex, so I have a number for you.
Okay, hold on. Can you say the number in less than a second?
If you have someone in here that can talk incredibly fast, probably.
Okay. Can a normal person say it less than 3 seconds?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, I don't like those odds. I'm going to entertain this real quick, and if you guys can handle it, you have 3 seconds to give me that number.
Okay.
Starting, let's go. Ready? Starting now.
43,799,000.
Stop. Okay. 43,700,000,000 blah blah thousand times 100. So get that in your mind. You add 2 zeros, then divide by 100, and you end up with whatever you said, billion, whatever you said,
But you
thousand.
didn't say all of it correctly.
Okay, what is it?
I don't know. I need to have at least 20 seconds.
20 seconds. Okay. How about if you want to see me after break or after class, I'd love to talk to you about it. I'll be here. Okay, or I'll be outside actually. All right, now listen. Just like with the addition and subtraction problems, you could check this. What's 4 times 43? 172. It checks it's right. Okay, not too bad. All right, let's go to another equation. This one is A over 5 equals 24. A over 5 equals 24. Okay. So again, I'm trying to find what A is. So I spot A. There you go. A is right there. What's happening to A? Hannah?
Being divided by 5.
Divided by 5. So this is a division equation. Okay? A division equation. And Aiden back there, how do I undo dividing by 5? Multiply good by 5. If I multiply this side by 5, what must I do to the other side? Multiply it by 5. Okay? So I'm going to do that. Oh, but I'm really scared about this one, guys, because I thought that's 25. Isn't that? 5 times 5 is 25? But I'm not saying 5 times 5 is 25. I'm saying 5 over 1 times A over 5. That's when I'm multiplying. So what happens to these 5s? You cancel out, and so I'm left with A. And then 24 times 5. Yes, Kate? Oh, sorry. 120. Okay. So that's what I think I get. So what's 120 divided by 5? 24. It fits. This is the right answer. No more questions asked. It's just like, I got it. So on that quiz on Thursday, when I give you this kind of equation, you work it out, and you have some extra time, which you should have time. If you put it back in there, you can know if you got it right or wrong. I mean, know it. And then you can turn in and say, Mr. A, didn't even grade it. I got a 50% because I missed half of them. Okay, no. You can say I got 100%, Mr. A, because I graded them all. Okay, so you do your best on that. By the way, a couple things I want to mention here. This is a division equation. How do you solve division equations? By using multiplication. The last one was a multiplication equation. And how do you solve those, Alec?
Divided.
By dividing. Okay, here's another fact. This equation, remember the original problem, is exactly equal to this second equation that we came up with. Is this the equation, by the way? Is that an equation? Oh, yeah, it is, because you have what? What makes an equation an equation? Equal sign. They both have equal sign, and they're both what we call this key word. Equivalent. Have you ever heard of that? Equivalent. These are equal to one another, and they are as well. Okay. I wish it was that easy, but it gets a little bit tougher. Okay, let's go with this one here. This is a good one. Negative x divided by 6 is equal to 37. And I'm going to teach you another fun fact. Remember negative signs. What can we call them? There were 3 things we can call a negative sign. We can call it Marshall, one thing. Negative.
Below 0.
Yeah, okay, we could say that with applications like temperature or height. Yes?
Subtraction.
Subtraction. Or like a minus. Yep, so we can say negative and minus.
Opposite.
Opposite of. Okay, we can say those 3 things. Okay. Let's look at this one. Alex, what kind of equation is this?
A division.
Division equation. How do you solve a division equation, Morris? With multiplication. What do I multiply both sides by? Marin? 6. I'm going to divide both sides by 6. Or sorry, multiply both sides. Yes. Do as I do, not as I say. Okay, I don't know if that makes sense. Okay, anyway. What's 6 over 1 times negative x over 6. Well, what happens to the 6's? They cancel out, but I'm still left with what? Negative x. The negative x didn't go away. Okay, what's 37 times 6? Mister, I can't do that in my head. That's okay. You have paper and a pencil. And an eraser, by the way, which helps. So I get something that Ben also got. What do we get? I don't remember.
222.
222 sounds good. 2. Awesome. My answer is negative x equals 222. I don't want to know what negative x is. I want to know what positive x is. I want to know what's the opposite of negative x. What's the opposite of negative x, by the way?
X.
It's x. So what's the opposite of 222? Negative 2. So that's what I wanted to know. I don't want to know what negative x is. I want to know what positive x is. So all I did was switch the signs. So you're like, I don't know about that one, Mr. A, because doesn't 222 fit into the original equation? All right, what's the opposite of 222? Opposite of 222. Negative 200. So this would be negative 222. Without doing the math, what's a negative divided by a positive? Oh, would that work then? Okay, now watch. Let's see our answer, because it has to work. What's the opposite of negative 222? Positive 222. A positive divided by a positive equals a? That's the answer. Do you see how it cannot be positive? Do you see how it cannot be positive? You could do this, you could do that, you could do. Okay, yeah, you can do a dance too. All right. Just when you thought it was that easy, I'm going to step it up a bit. I'm going to step up my game here on this. Oh. Sorry. Okay, let's go with negative 47.46. And that equals negative 8.4t. Negative 8.4t. Okay, I want you guys to try this one a little bit more on your own. I'm not going to give you help until maybe like a minute. Yes, sir? Yeah, I'll give you time. And then I'll start helping you little by little. So go ahead and try it out. What's going on with t? What do I need to do to undo that? What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. And don't forget to keep your signs straight. I guess they're always straight, but I mean, you know what I mean? Straight. Not like that straight, but I mean straight. I feel like I've made that understanding crooked right now. Okay, anyway, let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Actually, I'm going to move this up some people. See it? There we go. It's like a ride over there, but that's okay. You can look forward to that later. Okay, I'm going to start helping you as we go. All right, identify t. What's happening to t? It's being multiplied by negative 8.4. What undoes multiplying by negative 8.4? Dividing by negative 8.4. So I'm going to divide both sides by negative 8.4. Both sides. All right, a negative divided by a negative equals a positive. So that's why I end up with t, positive t, which is what I wanted. And then I divide these out, and you're like, oh no, two negatives. Two negatives divided together give me, I already said this. So I'm just doing 47.46 divided by 8.4. How do I know that the 8.4 goes outside the box? Someone help me out, because some of you are going to get confused, and then that makes that a very hard problem. Yes, sir? Aiden?
We know the answer to the problem is negative 47.46, and you have to divide 8.4, and it's small. 8.4 is also the smaller number.
Okay, now the number outside could be smaller, and a lot of times is, but does it have to be? No, sometimes it can be bigger. So I got to know for sure. I got to know it's 8.4 outside, because I don't want to do this problem twice. Yep. You know, Carl?
The top number goes
goes inside the house and the bottom number goes outside.
Yeah, this top number always goes inside that box or that house, and the bottom number always goes outside. Always. Always. Take that no matter where you go in division. Okay, what'd you guys get when you divide? You gotta move it.
Finished it.
Okay, keep going. 84 doesn't go into 4. It doesn't go into 47. It does go into 474. Ma'am? Sorry?
5 times.
5 times. So what I'm going to do here is 84 times 5. That's 20. That's 42. So 420. It won't fit again. So yes, 5 times. That's 420. So then I get 540. Or excuse me, 546. Because you got to bring down that 6. Sorry about that. Okay, how many times does 84 go into 546? Day? Okay, so what I'm going to do is over here, 84 times 6, that's 24, 48, 50, 504. So that's 6, 504. Oh, it's never going to end. Don't give up after the second time. Man, how many times does 84 go into 420? Man, I can't stand these problems. I'm going to guess 7. No, okay, you guys give me a bad look. How about 4? No, that doesn't sound right. Okay, listen. When you do these problems and you show me your work, the work helps you, doesn't it? How many times does it go in? 5 times evenly. And so you're done with that problem. 5.65. And I'm going to do this. Dare I do this here? I'm going to say not 5.65 equals t, but t equals 5.65. Dare I say that? Okay, and that goes back, who was it? Sam and Marshall, you guys are on either side of me. Okay, so if I did this, Marin, okay, watch what I'm doing here. I don't want to play mind tricks or, I'm not trying to trick you at all. So Sam was here, Marshall was here. We'll just say that's what it was. Was it like that? Oh, cool. So it was like that. Now, Marin, what if I did this? Oh, okay. You're allowed to switch sides on the equation. It doesn't affect the balancing. Good. Okay, so that's what I did. All right, 5.65. You guys want a tough one, don't you?
No.
Good, I heard that.
You
No.
heard the answer no, and you're going to give it.
Okay, this one, guys, I'm going to extend it out. And I'm going to use a different property now because sometimes dividing is not your best friend, as you probably noticed on your own. Okay, 7 halves times A is equal to 12.1 plus 8.9. Okay, before you get too overwhelmed, I'm going to help you on this. Now notice, on the left side, you have that 7 halves A. Can you make that any more simplified? Yeah, if you turn it into a mixed number, but just leave it alone. Improper fractions are actually kind of nice. And in Algebra 1, on that bridge that we're on, improper fractions are a lot easier to work with than mixed numbers. So I don't like mixed numbers as much when I get it across. But do you notice the right side? Do you notice anything here? Kate, what do you notice between these two numbers? Sorry? It's an addition. Oh, can you just add those? Are you allowed to just add those? All right, add them. So I get 7 halves A equals, okay, 21 when I add these together. Oh, wait. But if I add it on one side, don't I have to add on the other? Okay, listen up, guys, listen up. This was the problem, wasn't it? This is the original problem. So we're saying this is equal to all that. When you added these two together, did you change anything? No, you didn't change anything. You just combined the two numbers together. So do I have to do that on the other side? No, because you just made it simple. So this is our equation. Now, what's happening to A? What's happening to A? What operation? Violet, what's going on with A? It's being multiplied. What usually should you do to undo multiplication? Usually, what do you do? Yeah? Division, right? I'm going to say no. Multiply. Multiply, wait, sorry, time it. Multiply is undone by... Wait, sorry, okay, time out. This is, Oh, inverse property. Okay, ready guys? Watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to multiply this 7 halves. Watch this. By 2 sevenths. What I do to one side, I have to do to the, so I'm going to do it. I'm not just going to just say, just do it to one side. Why 2 sevenths? What a great question. Ready? What is 2 sevenths times 7 halves? It's a 1. What's 1 times A? Oh, that's what I wanted. What property is being shown there? What did I say? Inverse property of multiplication. A number, 7 halves, times its reciprocal is always going to give me 1. And that's what I want, right? Because these cancel out, and I'm left with 1. 1A is just A. And then here, it's 21 over 1. You could cancel these out, and you're left with 6. What normally undoes multiplication? Normally. Division. But is that the only thing you could do with multiplication? No. You can think of inverse. And that can help you out. You can multiply by the inverse, which is the inverse property. So you do like the properties, and that is easier. By the way, how many of you say you don't like the inverse property on this problem? Like you rather not do that. I get it. Okay, ready? Can we do this? So it's 6. Okay, so I got 7 halves A equals 21. Let's go back in time. So what would you have to do to undo 7 halves normally? Divide by 7 halves. Both sides by 7 halves, right? Okay. I'm good with that because 7 halves over 7 halves, although complicated, is just a big fat. Oh, wow. See, Mr. A, you still get A, which is good. Okay, but right here, remember these complex fractions? What does this mean? It means 21 divided by 7 halves, doesn't it? But then you would do stay, change, flip. Do you see that? It's the same problem. You skipped a step. You like skipping steps or it's okay. It's all right. So what do you think? Yep, you like skipping. Okay. Do you guys see that we're not making stuff up? We're just saving ourselves some time and some space, by the way. Wait, this took more space. Anyway, we're trying to save something. And I think you guys can see both ways will work. Yes, sir, CT? Do you have a question?
Yeah, I don't know how I did this, but somehow
Awesome.
for that problem, I didn't do any of that stuff that you just did.
Uh-oh.
But I kind of did.
Oh, cool.
What you did on the right side,
On the right side?
I had 1 over 21, but the
7 halves?
yeah,
or the division?
7 halves was on the other side.
Okay, yes, be careful with that
So
because,
I had 7 over 42,
which is 1/6, right? 7 over 42 is 1. So you got the reciprocal because you switch these around, keep them in the right order. So you got to do 21 divided by 7 halves. Yep. Okay. I'm going to give you the toughest problem today. Uh-oh. Negative n over 6 equals 22 minus 27. All right, we're going to do this, guys. Listen very carefully. There are 19 of you in this class. 12 of you need to get this correct. You are not allowed to ask your neighbor. You're not allowed to look at their paper. 12 of you need to get this correct in order for me to move on to your homework. If we don't get 12 or more getting it right, I'll do another problem until we get to that threshold. You may begin. No pressure. You just got to get it right.
Oh yeah, no pressure at all.
Sorry? Oh, but we can start soon if you get this one right. Yeah, start now. Yeah, we still have a lot of time, so we can get a lot done. So everyone counts. Even if you got it wrong, at least you tried. And even if you try, you'll be surprised you might get it right. This one's tough, though. Can I give you a hint why? It's that negative sign. I'll give you a hint. I'll help you out. Okay, when you have this when you have this going on, you can think of it 3 ways. You're like, what? Okay. First way you can think of it is negative n over 6. The negative can move up with the numerator. That's one other way to look at it. The other way to look at it is having the negative move down to the denominator. Those are all the same value. And if you don't believe me, after I'll show you why they're the same value. Yes, sir?
Do you have to do that inverse property thing again?
You don't have to. You could possibly, but just look. All right, what's happening to n and undo it. So you have to think it through. But don't forget to simplify both sides because it could be tricky. All right, I'm going to give you 1 more minute. And check your answers if you're done because you can see if you got it right or wrong. And please don't check each other's answers because that's not fair. There's a problem that you're working on your own. And I'll just start counting in just a bit who gets the right answer. We'll try to get to 12 or more. How do you know if it's right or wrong? Check it. Like you can check it and see if it's right or wrong. Okay. I'm going to start coming by. It looks like that back section. I'll start with you guys. I'm just going to go by one by one. Point to your answer so I can see it. Hold on. I got to make sure this is right. Okay, got my answer. Remember it. Wait, what number? Okay, got it. 1. Show me the answer. Point to it. Point to it. Do you have it? Nope. You have it?
No.
I got 1 so far. 1. 2. Can you show it a little bit more? Sorry. 3. 4. 4. How about this? If we get to 8, can we do that? 5.
Wait, what? Is that
Can you
I got-
recheck mine?
I still haven't checked that. Right here. 6. Oh. 6. I ended up with 6. Okay. Oh, so I went by you guys already. So let me go here. How many of you kept it like this? Okay, that's not bad, but how many of you moved it to this? How many of you moved it to that? Okay, so we have a variety. I'm going to start off with, okay, let's just go with the middle one. All right, so negative n over 6 equals 22 minus 7. All right, first, what's 22 minus 27? So I got negative n over 6 is equal to negative 5. Okay, then what do I do to both sides? Multiply by 6, and I end up with negative n is equal to negative 30. Negative n is equal to negative 30. What does positive n equal? Positive 30. So positive 30 is your answer. How many of you get that?
What?
Sort of. That's exactly how I do. Oh, wonder. How many people do we need to get it right?
All right, we're going to do this. I'll drop it down. I want 10 of you to get this right. 10 of you to get this right. So if you got it right the first time, don't just bank on that thinking, oh, I could get the next one. No, just take it easy, work it out. Check your answers.
Okay.
Because you could have checked that negative 30 and positive 30, you would have known something's a little off. And folks at home, this is harder than it looks. I could see sweat coming down their foreheads, tears forming on their eyelids, faces turning brighter and brighter shades of red, eyes being downcast, heads bobbling down more and more. But they're doing it well overall. I wish you could see them. See, they're smiling. I don't get it. They're crying and smiling. I get it. My mom, she's a very emotional person. So like at church, for example, when she was giving a prayer request, usually she would cry about it because like it's something's wrong and she wants to ask for prayer. But then she would also cry when something's like she's praising God. She's like, and she starts crying. And I remember I used to be like, Mom, you're so embarrassing. Stop crying. Especially when she's praising. Like I think, Mom, come on, you're happy. Why are you crying again? And then I realized, I'm like Mom. I tear up for good things and bad things. I'm like my mom. And I hate being like my mom. And then other times, I love my mom so much. And I'm just like, I get very emotional. Ready? You guys ready? No. Oh, sorry, I distracted you with a little monologue. I'm tearing up, thinking about tearing up. Yeah, okay, hold on. I'm going to give you another minute. Check your answers. You can know if you're right or wrong. And 10 of you need to get it or more.
Are you going to check it?
Yes, in 1 minute, I'm going to come by everyone. Check that answer. So I'm giving you time to check. It's one answer. Yeah, we'll get these on the quiz tomorrow. Or sorry, quiz on Thursday, but we'll review tomorrow. We review tomorrow. Yes, not yet. Don't worry, it's more than 24 hours. 48 hours, how about that? Okay, I'm going to come by. Please point to the answer. I want to see the number, and then I'll start counting, hopefully to 10. 1. Can't see it. I think okay, I'm coming by. Close. That was close. And 2.
Yes.
Oh, I got that so low.
3. Close. 4.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. So close.
I don't make it. No.
What did I get? 4? Okay, I got 4. Okay, ready? What's happening with A? It's being multiplied. It's being multiplied by 1, negative 1/12, right? What undoes multiplying by negative 1/12? You could say dividing by negative 1/12 or multiplying by negative 12 over 1. Reciprocal. Okay, so let's see. Okay, ready? Cancel. A negative times a negative. Positive, which we like. We got A. What's 11 times negative 12? That's the answer.
I multiplied wrong 4 times. I've done that 4 times. I multiplied wrong every time.
I'm going to have some mercy on you guys. Little do you know that you did something helpful. Okay, 6 through, I'm going to go 16. I think 4, 5 even.
I got it right the
Hey, Mr. A, don't worry, guys. Mr. A is all about second chances. I went through those problems specifically because I want you to be ready. Start thinking about those like, what do I do? Okay, you can handle it, but it's going to be 6 through, I have it right here. 6 through 22, even. 79, 80. Okay, go ahead and work on your homework. Swivel. I expect good things out of these students. So 6 to 22 even, and it's page 79, 80. Bye-bye, Swivel.